Welcome to class 11 students. This is the continuation part of the chapter cell division. In my previous video I started discussing about the different phases of the cell division of mitosis, and there I discussed till the prophase stage of karyokinesis. So to give a brief recap, karyokinesis is basically the division of karyon, which is the nucleus, and it is performed through 4 stages, which are prophase, metaphase, anaphase and telophase. So I have discussed with you the characteristics or the events that take place during the first phase of karyokinesis, which is prophase, and the two main characteristics are that the nuclei and the nucleolus and the nuclear membrane, they start to disappear, and the chromosomes also, they start to darken. Okay, and next we will move on with the second phase of karyokinesis, which is metaphase. So let's start. Moving on to the next phase or the second phase, which is the metaphase. Now what happens during metaphase? This phase of karyokinesis is when the chromosomes have become aligned on the equatorial region. So if these are the two poles, this is the equator of this cell, and as you can see that the chromosomes have arranged themselves near the equatorial region, and the centromeres, if you can see, all the centromeres here and here, they lie along the spindle fibers. So these are the spindle fibers. You have learned about spindle fibers previously while we were discussing the previous chapter. So all the spindle fibers which radiate from the two different poles, they connect with the centromeres of each chromosome, and metaphase is the second phase of karyokinesis, and it is when the nuclear membrane is completely destroyed. You cannot see here the remains of the nuclear membrane can be seen, but here nothing can be seen. Okay, so spindle fiber has also developed in this stage. Centromeres of chromosomes lie at the metaphase plate. So these are the certain or the main characteristics of metaphase. Moving on to the third phase of karyokinesis, which is anaphase. Okay, so in this phase of mitotic cell division, the two chromatids of each chromosome are separated. As you can see in this picture, the two chromatids have separated and they go towards opposite poles. Okay, so this is the shortest phase of out of all the different phases of karyokinesis of mitosis, and during this phase what mainly happens is that the chromatids, the sister chromatids, they separate from each other. The centromere no longer binds them, and each of them move towards opposite poles. Now each chromatid is now a full-fledged chromosome, and chromatids are attracted to the poles at kinetochore by kinetochore spindle fibers. Okay, so these are the different characteristics of anaphase that you will have to learn, but the main phase or the main feature of this phase is that the sister chromatids separate and they move towards opposite poles. Okay, so to the class 11 students, this is the part 3 of the chapter cell division, and in my previous video I have completed till the topic of anaphase. Okay, so till this much we have completed, and we got to know that in this phase of mitotic cell division, the two sister chromatids get separated from each other. As you can see, they are attracted towards the opposite poles and they get separated from each other. Okay, so now we come to the last phase of this mitotic cell division, which is telophase. Okay, now telophase, the word telo means end. So the last phase of the mitotic cell division is known as telophase. During this phase, the daughter nuclei are formed. As you can see, the two daughter nuclei has been formed with the chromosomes located at poles. The chromosomes are located here at the poles, and this is the last phase of karyokinesis, means the last phase of nuclear division. What are the characteristics of telophase? Nuclear membrane is developed again around the chromosomes which are found at poles. So the nuclear membrane that that started to disintegrate during the prophase, now has started to rebuild again during telophase. Nucleolus, same for nucleolus. The nucleolus which started to disappear during the prophase has started to reappear during the telophase. The chromosomes become less condensed. The chromosomes which had started to become more coiled and more condensed during this prophase stage starts to move back to its previous stage, that is, it becomes less condensed and turns into nuclear reticulum, and the spindle fiber is lost. So these are the main characteristics of telophase. Now moving on to next stage, which is cytokinesis. Okay, so cytokinesis is the process of division of cytoplasm that occurs after karyokinesis, means after the formation of two daughter nuclei. What will happen? The cytoplasm will divide into two cells, each of them containing one nucleus each. Okay, now the process of cytokinesis is different in plant cell and animal cell, and we will see how it is different. Here we can see the two methods of cytokinesis, firstly in animal cell and then in plant cell. So first we will talk about the process of cytokinesis in plant cells. Basically, the special thing that is formed in plant cells and not in animal cells is cell plate. So this is the cell plate. Okay, now what is the cell plate and how it is formed? To begin with the process of cytokinesis in plant cells, it starts with the reformation of nucleus of the daughter cells by means of formation of the cell plate. Means the nucleus, the parts of the different parts of the nucleus started to disintegrate during prophase, and after the mitosis is over, it started to reappear during the telophase. Now the whole nucleus is reforming. Along with this reformation of the nucleus, this cell plate is also forming. Okay, and in the equatorial region, so if this is the total cell, this is the equatorial region of this cell. So as you can see, small granules are present here, and these small granules are known as phragmoplast, which are formed from Golgi bodies. Okay, and they then accumulate, more such granules accumulate together and then form this structure known as cell plate that separates the two nuclei, this one and this one. This cell plate separates these two nuclei with their adjacent cytoplasmic mass. Thus they are then separated into two separate or two different cells with one nucleus in each. Okay, and one more thing, this cell plate will then change itself chemically and will be transformed into the middle lamella of the cell wall. So you all know that plant cells has an extra layer outside of cell membrane, which is cell wall. So the cell wall, the middle lamella, is a layer of the cell wall, and this middle lamella of the cell wall is formed from this cell plate. Okay, so we are done with the process of cytokinesis in plant cell. Now we will talk about cytokinesis in animal cells. Okay, so cytokinesis in animal cells does not involve the process of formation of cell plate. Cell plate is only formed in plant cells, and from which cell wall is formed. So in animal cell it is very simple. The process of cytokinesis is very simple. It is just it starts by means of furrowing or cleavage formation. So this is a whole cytoplasm, right? So as they start to move inside, a part of it starts to furrow inside or make a cleavage. This technique is known as cleavage formation or technique, or furrowing. And this furrow is formed at the middle of the cell between two daughter nuclei. This furrow gradually deepens. It will gradually deepen and meet the other end, and will finally divide the cytoplasm into two equal parts. Okay, so this is all about the different processes of cytokinesis in animal cells and plant cells.